Hello, fellow comic book worms. This is Nahman. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to go over my Jimny's collection, some more, and give shout out to my new friend, Otaku. Hello, Otaku. I know probably that's not your real name, but I'm going to call you that until you tell me otherwise, if that's okay. At first, I thought Otaku was a Japanese name because it sounded Japanese to me. I Googled and I found out otaku means anime manga consumer. Is that right? So in Japanese, at least I got that portion right. So it is a Japanese word, otaku, tour guide. So manga consumer. Manga is a comic book like this. So yeah, I mean, so he's a comic book tour guide channel. um, because I thought otaku was Japanese name, otaku, I assume you were Japanese. But now thinking over, you use some Korean hashtags like hashtag manhachek. Manhachek is a Korean word for comic book, or Japanese word for manga, manhwa, manga. They are very similar. I think they are same root word from Chinese characters. So, and you had a Japanese writing on there too. So I can determine your national origin. I'm a Korean American. If you're Japanese, then konnichiwa. If you're Korean, 안녕하세요. 처음 뵙겠습니다. Uh, so let me just conclude right there with the greeting. Um, I want to address the rest of the comic book worm. How did I meet Mr. Otaku here? Well, he came over to my channel and left a comment. And when someone does that for my video, I trace it back to their channel, see if they have a comic book content, and if they do, I browse through them and leave my own comments. Browsing through Otaku's channel, I found this really cool tournament he was running. It's March Madness tournament on covers. He picked out 65 covers from his own collection, and he put his comic book through a March Madness tournament. You know, one on one. I think it was a random selection. I wanted to participate in that, but realized I couldn't do it because of there are a whole bunch of variant covers that he didn't name in the tournament sheets. Like for instance, if let's say he picked the X-Men one, if he did, I don't know if he meant this cover, or the other two covers. you know, which one? Or because so many variant covers out there, these are connecting covers. I'm learning all this still myself, and I say, oh, I'm not, I'm not gonna enter tournament. But I went to watch not every one of them. I try to catch up with all the video he made. After all, he's gonna make 64 videos because that's a 65 team tournament. Yeah, 64 videos. Caught up with quite a few as I'm going through them. I could tell he's a huge Jim Lee fan, so he and I started conversing, and I think he figured out that I'm also a Jim Lee fan. And so he asked me, what Jim Lee collection I have. Instead of writing it down, even though my collection so far is small, I decided that I want to show it. Some of these I already shown, but I want to show it again. Just Jim Lee collections. And second question he asked me was what else I collect, and I want to answer that too. But before I do all that, I wanted to suggest a maybe Elite Eight format when everybody start joining in on the tournament because yeah, I think maybe Sweet 16, Elite 8, maybe even Final 4. Uh, So I'm going to suggest Elite 8. So I'm going to do a little demo right here using my computer. So let's go that way. Okay, this is a Google app. It's much like a Microsoft PowerPoint, but lighter, but it's free. Let me show you how to access it. Just using Google browser. I'm going to assume that you have logged into your Google account, YouTube account, whatever. And using your browser, click on this Google Apps, and you'll have this option. Click on Slides, and you can make a new slides by click on the blank, or work on the old slides that you worked on before. I called it Elite 8 Demo. I'm pretending this is a Otaku's Elite 8 team. Our Elite 8 covers the final 8 covers. Okay, let's assume that this is first matchup and so on, second matchup, third, fourth, right? Now, if these particular images are available to me, I know I would have gone to, search for Google Images and find the right images, like this right here. I would have found these images, because I didn't know how to find these images just with the title. Now going back to this app, if you make this shareable with everybody, like you click on share button, right? Right now it's restricted to certain people that I would add in there, but I can make it available to everybody instead of a certain group of people, right? So anyone with the link is what I will choose. Then you get this option called viewer. You just want to leave it at viewer because you don't want someone to edit this. So say viewer, and then you copy that link, right, and say done. Now this image is available to anybody with that shareable link. What you will do with that shareable link is go to your video description and video detail. I'm putting a test in here, test, shift V, control V, I'm sorry, control V, and that puts that copy link in there. Then I say save. Now if I go to that particular video, and if I look at the description, there's that testing. I could click on that to go to this image. Now if I'm a unauthorized user, I mean only can view it, then I could just make a copy of it and put it on my computer, right, on my account. But I don't have to worry about that because I'm owner of the slides. So now that's how I will, make these available for everybody. That way people don't have to guess at what variant cover, the Elite 8 cover is. And if I had this particular application, I will click on this and say, hey, between these two, who would I choose? Again, I will have this application opened up, look at it closely, zoom in, zoom out, you see if there's information on it. Like, apparently this is a key issue, so it's worth a lot more than this one. But personally, I'm not a Rob Liefeld fan, so I will choose this image because even though all these images individually are gross and grotesque and dead bodies and zombies and beasts and whatnot, everything ugly, but put it together, make a beautiful image. That to me is an art, well framed in a white background. I think this is a superior art cover, so I will choose this over the other one, even though the other one is worth a lot more. So I made that choice. I will say, hey, I want to click on this one, push control button and drag it and put it right there, something like that, right? And between these two, I'm going to choose Superman because Superman over Spider-Man, sorry. Then on these two, I'll choose X-Men. I love X-Men, and I'll choose this X-Men, classic X-Men, especially all those people that are in there. Between these two, I already made a choice on Otaku's video, and this is the choice I made. So these are the final this is 16, yeah. So there's final 4, Then between these two, I will choose Superman. I'm sorry, Superman over the artsy fartsy. And uh, these two, I have to choose classic X-Men. And then I'm a Superman fan, and I love Cyborg. So there you go. That's what I will choose as winner, and I'm done. What do you think, Otaku? If you have those kind of file available for people, people may participate more, maybe. Uh, if there's traffic, come on, people, go over there and watch his videos. And so, let me go back to the other camera. So please go watch Otaku's video whether you're gonna enter the tournament or not. I think each one of these videos are very, again, entertaining, educational, thoughtful, and addictive. You start watching one, and then you want to watch another one. So yeah. Anyway, to answer Otaku's question, I think I'm gonna try to reconstruct why I started collecting comic books again as an old man. Uh, because I used to collect when I was just a young kid, like when I was like 12 to 15, right? And I started collecting again as an old man. I think it began probably right here. I think I'm going to use this as a reconstruct my memory. Uh, I was collecting vinyl records, but I think when was that? When was that? I'm trying to see. 2019, November 2019, so way before pandemic, right? So I was collecting these vinyl records, and I was told that Goodwill and Salvation Army have real good price on these vinyl records. Sometime somebody will get rid of them. So I went to Salvation Army, and I found some records and I found some books. I also like to get books from those places because you get them for super cheap, dollar a book. Stephen King novel for $1. So, well, I was about to leave, and this lady came up with a whole bunch of comic books. They just dumped it on the counter, and there was one person ahead of me. And when I got to it, there was about 200 comic book left, and I asked the lady, how much for all this? I just want to grab them and go. She said $20. So I gave her $20. I took about 200 comic books and brought it home and made a video content out of it. At the time, I didn't think I was going to recollect comic books. I just wanted to, I guess I just want to add on to my old collection I had. And I just put it in a box. I didn't really look at it. I didn't read any of it. I just, I didn't think much about it. Then I went to another record shop and find a Superman record with a comic book in it. So I I bought it and I had made video about it. So it was a more of a vinyl record content, but it was cool. Look, this vinyl record has a comic book in it. And I'm a Superman fan. I mean, Superman was my number one uh, comic book character when I came over to the United States, and it was my very first comic book too that I purchased in the United States. So it turns out that Otaku's favorite character is also a superhero character is also Superman. So I said, "Whoa, that's cool." So anyway, that's when I start noticing comic book channels. When I started making these kind of videos, the and one of the video that popped up was Jim Lee's video where he's drawing. I think Jim Lee's video has been popping up on my notification all the time. I've been watching it here and there, but I didn't really pay attention to it that much. Other than, oh, that's a really cool drawing, right? And I didn't associate that with the comic. Oh, I want to collect comic books. I just watch his drawings, and I go, this is a uh, really talented artist, and he's from Korea, and he's almost my age, and that kind of stuff. I wasn't thinking, oh, I want to collect comic books because of Jim Lee. But uh, then this I noticed as I was going to another record store that's called Vintage Stock. They have records and comic books on both. So they went to Vintage Stock, and I noticed they had Superman comic book like this, and this popped into my eyes. Oh, I want to see. Uh, I like to think I'm an artist too, so I say, you know what, I want to see if I could study Jim Lee's style, right? So I go ahead and bought this comic book, and I was buying this comic book. The guy at the clerk at the front told me that all these comic book they have are on sale, 2 for 1, and prior to that, I noticed for the Easter, so I had to come back for the Easter. Prior to that, I noticed these comic books, and I said, you know what, I'll come back on Easter and see if I could grab these comic books. They were selling for $2.99, so basically $1.50, right? And so that's when I picked up this book, and I picked up these Jim Lee's books, just like just like Otaku. He picked up these Superman comic books here, almost like that. I'm missing 204 and 205, I think. Yeah, this is 203. This is not Jim Lee cover, but the inside has a Jim Lee sketch instruction type of deal. I missed a 204. Well, I like to have that 204. 206, I got two of those. I don't know why. I accidentally picked up 206. I picked up this one and this one. I noticed that this was on dollars. I say that means it's 50 cents on this one. So I picked up these two. 208. I agree, Otaku. I think that's a really cool cover. 208. 209. I love how Jimmy draws Wonder Woman. 210. Another Wonder Woman here. 211. 212. 213. 214. And thank goodness I'm a Superman fan. 215, right? So that's when I picked up all these Jim Lee's books. Then Jim Lee, on one of his video, was opening a box about this box right here. Actually, he opened this box up. Oops, backwards. Right there you go. So Jim Lee's Artist Edition, cover A. I left it in my original boxing because I don't know how to keep this book nice. I don't want to put it on the shelf. It's hard to handle, so I just kept it in the box. But I want to get another copy of this so I could actually color it because it's a great coloring book. But only if I have another copy. Let me go ahead and see if I can open. Yeah, I showed this before. Yeah, I flipped through this book in my prior video. I'll provide a link below. And when I saw these artist edition sketches, you know, the collection of all these sketches and X-Men comic books Jim Lee did, I say, you know what? I want to start collecting uh, Jim Lee's issues that was listed on here. All the like this one right here. I want to get that, and I want to get a whole bunch of other X-Men covers that was in here. But to my dismay, I found that, for instance, this one right here is running $70. I go, I'm not paying $70 for a comic book. I did end up getting these connecting covers, issue number 1 that was in here, right? Yeah, I got these. I bought those on eBay. Um, They weren't that expensive. They were really pretty cheap. Not seven. It's not $70 for something like this. But then I noticed a lot of the issues that he had in here that's listed were pretty doggone expensive. And so I said, that's when I started looking at these spec channels and realizing, oh wow, I got that comic book, I got that comic book, but they telling me these things about 9.8. What's 9.8? Oh, grades. Mine are not 9.8. They are readers' copies, So because I read them many times. But it's good knowing that you got comic books that could be worth $10,000, $15,000. If it's at 9.8. But that's when I started decided that not only just collect these, but start collecting other comic books. But Jim Lee was uh, my main focus when collecting comic books. For instance, when I got these initially, right? I got these initially. Uh, when something came out like that, I will pick it up. This is a pretty new purchase from Midtown Comics. Now, people were specking on Punishers, and I go, "Oh, come on, don't spec on Punisher," because I found out that they were Jim Lee comic books internally, at least, not the cover, right? I don't think that's Jim Lee cover either, but it starts this is first meeting with Punisher and Wolverine, so that's a key somehow, and they're trying to spec on this book 7. Uh, when I saw it for $4, I picked it up. I picked up two of them. Yeah. So these are Jimmy's, but not they're not I mean internally only on only cover. This was I think this is only Jimmy's cover. And Jimmy back then wasn't too proud of putting his name out there. It really his names are hidden everywhere. Uh, for instance, this Stormwatch. It's his books, his story. You can hardly tell if his cover or not. I see a Jim Lee name right there in the stone, broken stone there. Is Jim Lee's cover? I don't know. I mean, this has Jim Lee on there. I got these like for dollar at Dollar Bin, so it's not a I didn't spend too much money on it, but I'm not sure if it's Jim Lee's cover or not. Some of these look like more like a Rob Liefeld's art, but maybe back then those guys used to draw in the same way. I don't know. And this Stormwatch thing, there was so many variant cover of a Stormwatch. I didn't realize this is the same comic book as this one is, and this one. But it has Jim Lee in there. I mean, Jim Lee as a part of the storyteller in this book. Even this one, I think, is a collaborative effort. The cover is it is Jim Lee cover, but I think some of the characters were drawn by each individual artist. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and bought it. If a Jim Lee's name was on there, maybe Otaku can tell me. So tell me, Otaku, tell me the correct answer on these things. I picked up this because it's Jim Lee cover. I picked up this is because it's Jim Lee cover. So yeah, these are some of the things I picked up. Like I say, I'm a Superman fan first. Then Jim Lee is drawing them, so I picked up on those things. So yeah, Jim Lee has a lot to do with me going back to collecting comic books from the beginning. Anyway, that's on my trying to stitch together why I collect comic books again. And right now, what I'm collecting is something like this, where I try to feel get a floppy for those. But if it's over $30, I'm not going to pick them up. I mean, let them somebody else have those. I'm going to try to fill my old collection that I used to collect from my childhood days, like Commandy, like Warlord, like X Men. Some of the X Men. Oh, X Men 101. I used to have that. Probably that one I'm not going to be able to have because that's way over $30. Even in poor condition. Maybe some Star Wars that I used to have. Even those are pretty expensive. So, um, yeah, yeah, just X Men, Teen Titans, Legion of Superheroes, Superboy, Superman. mm, Wonder Woman is something that I would have to pick up recently. I mean, I didn't pick up. Doctor Strange is another one that I picked up, but I want to stay in the 70s and 70s and 80s in Bronze Age. Yeah, that's my story. Again, please go visit Otaku, Mr. Otaku, and watch his videos. You know, they're really entertaining to watch. He has other Jim Lee content. Of course, I will link those up. Fellow Jim Lee fan. Oh, another thing that Mr. Otaku collects that I collect are Stephen King books and Stephen King comic books. I have a short box full of them. I don't think I completed the Stephen King run, but I'm a huge fan of Stephen King. So that's another common thing between me and Otaku. All right, that's it. Till next time, I'm out.